What's going on, people? Welcome to the live fan forum. Manchester United 1, Sheffield United 2. A shock defeat tonight. Listen, you got to give your dues to Sheffield United. Obviously, the decisions as well. Yes, I understand that, and I'm sure we'll talk about that. But we have to talk about ourselves, and we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about what went wrong tonight. We're going to talk about the mentality. We're going to talk about the approach to the game management. There's so much to get into on why that was such a dreadful performance, guys. So let's get into it. Any takers?
No takers. I'll go then. Okay, guys. In essence, tonight, from my view of it, we were outthought, outclassed by Chris Wilder team. Bomb of the Premiership. Played 20, won 2, drew 16, lost 2. And tonight they were on 8 points. That's what beat us tonight. Was the case of the players just thought it's only Sheffield United, we're going to rock up here, we're at home, we're going to beat them? Because it seemed to me that not one player tonight went out of first gear. There seemed to be a lack of effort across the team from a man. And that includes my favourite Bruno Fernandes, includes every single player, apart from Cavani when he came on. He was doing his normal thing. He was running off the ball. I'm not going to go in hard and slate every player. It's not my way. But end of the day, guys, we're playing Sheffield United at home. That if there's ever a lock in sports, it's the top team playing the bottom team. And us to lose tonight in the manner we lost. I can take losing. What I can't take is the manner in which we lost. The manner in which we lost was humiliating.
So, should I go in? Yeah. Again, finally the comments are here. Brilliant. What I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna throw my toys out the pram. That was the main thing. I looked at the result today, it was disgusting. I'm not happy with what's happened today. Like we took this game for granted, and it almost showed ourselves the frailties in terms of the squad. Sometimes the squad should have got us over the line today. And I felt like the squad players, we can't just say if there's no Luke Shaw, we're not going to perform. We can't do things like that. We can't say, again, why you play him till he breaks? He's broken. He's missed the last 2 games. It's not a surprise. I can't wait till we get into actual discussing players. But for me, the first thing that needs, and this is not knee-jerk or nothing, Tony Marshall, he has to be dropped. He has to be, as far as I'm concerned. And I know everyone will talk about Rashford and this, and Rashford was missing today. It was like a cloud. Yeah. No, but then my issue with Marshall is the things that need to work are not working. Actually, nothing's working. But then the worst part of nothing working is you get taken down on the ball and you don't run to get it back. Like, a lot of things happened, and De Gea is culpable. There's so many people culpable in that moment, but Marshall literally sprints back and puts his hand behind his back and stands in between, in the middle, like he's doing zonal defending in that moment. And I thought, what's going on? And the fact that Burke has 2 chances at it, I don't know who was running back.
Bruno decided in the end. Bruno was standing there and went, guys, we're going to get near him, and had to run near him.
The fact that all these players stood still, I don't know if Maguire, because I need to look it back. After the game finished, I just walked out. You know what I mean? Can you imagine, like, leaving the ground? Yeah, I walked out. So I can't remember who was it, but I remember seeing Tellez, stationary. I think Maguire was there. Is Maguire there? Because I don't want to put players there that wasn't. Was Maguire
in the second goal?
Yeah,
he kind of like did this really weak pass to De Gea, who then I think
and then De Gea done a shit clearance. Then it came back. It came back to Tuanzebe. He done a shit clearance. Then it went back to work, and then everyone stood watching him. Then he had a free shot, and then he got Tuanzebe and went in.
There you go. But then for me, like, this is my last piece, and everyone call me deluded, whatever. Do what you want, but I don't think it's over. The way people keep saying like the season's finished. It's like everyone's given City the title already. I don't think it's that, personally. I think we're still in it. I think the pundits are doing their job to try and convince us fans that we're not in it at all. I don't think so. They said it's the worst result. It's the most shocking. Don't get twisted. Sheffield United, they've never beat us in 48 years at our ground. So it's a bad result. I will definitely say that. But then a loss was coming. You know, we had it today. Hopefully, there's a reaction, is all I'm going to say. But
okay,
yeah.
let me get these super chats in, and then I'm going to open up the floor. Come to Kev. United Shamrock says Martial needs to be benched. Harry was shocking. Bruno ran around like the leader who he is. The rest of the team bottled it today, and Ollie needs to make subs faster than he does. The board needs to wake up now. We'll talk about that, about game management today, because that was another thing that was really poor. Naif Doc says, going forward, we need creative players on the wings, not strikers who aren't good enough to play number 9. It's all coming out now. Fair enough. I hear what you're saying there. Makamura says, reality check. Team selection was poor. No desire to run for the shirt or break the lines. Next game is always our biggest, not Arsenal. Well, yeah, but Arsenal are our next game. So, that's, you know, it's a massive game. Jake Henderson says, people will be quick to blame Ollie, but the players bottled it. Yes, Ollie should have made subs earlier, but the players let him down today. A little bit of context given there from Jake. Siggy Johnson says United will never win anything with Ollie, and top 4 is likely gone too. Ollie is not improving the team tactically. This is what I mean. I'm going to listen. I respect your opinion, Siggy, and I think context. Look, we've been winning for so long, and you can. I don't have a problem with saying we're scraping it. This is what I mean. This, you know, in all them times, KG, you know me. I've been saying, KG, but is this sustainable? We're getting away with it, and that's a perfectly reasonable question to ask. But to be top of the league justly, like because we've earned it, and then you have your first loss since Arsenal in what, November, in the league, and then start saying, you know, he's not improving us and that he has to go. I just think it's so reactionary. And that's, I don't even really want to go on Twitter. Not because I can't take the banter. I can take the banter. It's a funny... rivals looking in, you know, how you're top of the league, think you're sick. There you go. But I'm talking about our own fans saying this is the reason Ollie needs to be sacked. I'm just like, you weren't saying that last. Well, you probably still wasn't.
Oh no, they've been saying that. Don't get.
I mean, I just don't like it. I just don't like it.
I'm going to give it back to Kevin. I'm going to pass over.
One second. Justin Monday says, we need a player on the right who can cross. We continually try to run everything from the left hand side or play a ball over the top. And yeah, that's from Justin. AD4 says, I hate to be negative, but I've been consistently saying we need balance in that side. Start with a good centre-back. 12th best defence in the league. Not good enough. 100%. I mean, the title of this is sign a centre-back. Tuanzebe wasn't good enough today. In that era, we wasn't good enough today. We changed Tellez at left-back to Rest Shaw. He wasn't good enough today. Vinit says... this has to be on Ollie and the coaches. Nobody was on the touchline screaming at them to be quicker and aggressive. No heart or passion, gutted and angry. And Ashley says, if this doesn't show that we needed January signings, I don't know what will. Those players should be sprinting up and down, but it was lethargic. Kev, come in, bro, with everything you've just heard there.
Yeah, well, as a performance, I was going to say it was complete and utter horseshit. And I'm going to retract that because... horseshit's actually quite useful. I think if you put it in your plants or something, it helps plants grow. So it was dog shit because dog shit is just totally useless and no use to anyone. Listen, anybody that knows me will know I am fully behind Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but that does not mean that we can't criticise him and certain decisions that were made this evening.
Yeah.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has taken this Sheffield United team far too lightly. The changes to the team, I think there was too many. I've always been a firm believer, if it's not broke, don't fix it. There's just no point. Let's go with the winning mentality, momentum, get the job done. You know, we could have been 2-0 up at half-time. You make your changes. Solskjaer clearly had one eye on that Arsenal game and thought he can make the changes this evening. We get through this game and we look ahead to Arsenal. A lot said about McTominay and Fred, but as a partnership, they're brilliant. I don't understand why Matic started. Shaw, for me, should have started because he's in form. He should have played. Bringing Greenwood off instead of Martial, I cannot understand that. Greenwood looked really good. It wasn't happening for him, but if you looked at Martial and Greenwood and thought, who's going to get me a goal this evening? Who can create a chance? And he did have a chance in the second half. You know, and he decides to bring Greenwood off, which I thought was a shocker. Listen, right? There's probably 8 8 players that did not turn up for Manchester United tonight, and that is not good enough. You
Kev,
know,
can I jump in
Yeah.
on that one? So, and you've hit the nail on the head, and I actually think that this game, when you talk about Ollie's not been in this position before, I think that the pressure and trying to be almost too cute, that's the one that Jay uses. Too cute in this situation. He thought, you know what? This game, I've kind of got what I need. I'm going to tinker and I'm going to bring in the big boys for the Arsenal game. It was a mistake. And even
he's overthought it. He's looked too far ahead.
Yeah.
Underestimated Sheffield United tonight. Fair play to them. They've done a job.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, looking back, if we went with our stronger team, we're in form. There's a reason, we're second in the league. We are in form. I think he's made far too many changes. And just before, what I was going to say is that's 8 players that I would class that have not shown up for Man United this evening.
Yeah.
It is not good enough, especially when you look across to the blue half of Manchester. City steamroll these teams. They don't piss about against teams like Sheffield United. West Brom last night, they've annihilated them. They get the job done, take off the players. And I think Solskjaer needs to work that out very quickly.
Yeah.
But listen, positivity-wise, we are still second. We're probably overachieving for where we all thought we'd be. And let's just listen, it's a blip. Huge game coming up against Arsenal.
Yeah.
Guys, apologies for the super chats there. Our comments are doing a little bit of a madness right now, so I'm going to try and get through them as quick as possible. Sometimes they're popping up, then they're disappearing.
As well,
so just, I'll do a couple, then you do a couple, KG. We've got to get through all of these.
Cool.
There's loads. Marty says, Ollie's furious. Still talking to the boy, still taking the boys to McDonald's, but no McFlurries. Al says, chill, guys, let's rest and then come back strong. I think that's definitely needed. Salah says, we have to acknowledge that some of the work rate of some players was shocking. Bruno, Pogba and Cavani played bad, yet work rate was there, unlike others. I agree, the work rate wasn't there throughout. Subra says, you win certain games with players like Rashford, Martial, Maguire, but not titles. Horrible work ethic and performance. Gutted, but still glory, glory, Man United. AP says, I'm sorry, Kev, I disagree. Players need to be rotated. If you can't trust your bench players to beat bottom of the league, then what's the point?
That's right.
Okay. JB says, how can so many players just not show up tonight? Connor says, Tony Martial came from France. English player has no chance. 50 million to James. Tony Martial flops again. Coming in with that. Sumnat says, people need to calm down. Performance was bad, but we still have a squad capable of only top 4 and bridging the gap. We win some, we lose some. Little bit of context there. Lee Taylor says, after tonight's performance, Rashford and Martial do not deserve to play against Arsenal. Donny deserves to start and rather have Dan James start. Strong words there from Lee. Sam Baywater says, we've got to get better in the final third. Martial seems to panic with the ball in the box. He does not look clinical. And Lalanas says, Arsenal is a must-win or title over. City would have a 7-point gap. No catching them then. They thrive at the top. Leroy says, complacent, lazy, piss poor performance, mistakes all over the pitch. Not just defensive, in my opinion. A few starting positions should be freshened up. Loads of super chat. Joshua says, Martial and Tellers were the worst today. Ollie must stop underestimating these bottom teams. And the last one is from Vassallo. Says, can I join in, fellas, just to vent my frustration? Please, guys, I am so fuming. Big up yourself, Vassallo. We're all fuming. And the latest member of the United Star members group joining on a dismal night is Luke Wayne.
I've got to drop a bomb for him still. I had to, just for him. Yeah, 100%. You know what? I'm going to pass on to Jay, yeah? And Jay's probably like, because Jay it's so mad, yeah? When we're winning, I love to hear Jay's voice. But on a loss, that doom and gloom, I'm not ready for it. But listen, I tried to give you the bomb. Jay, take it away, bro.
Yeah, off air, guys. I said to KG, do not drop a bomb tonight. So that super chat got a bomb, but there you go, guys. Tonight I think it was a case of tempo tonight. Matic, look, I know we've been asking for a while to play Matic because he's the only CDM we have that can play CDM by himself, and we've asked for it. He's playing CDM tonight against a back 5 against Sheffield United. He should be able to put his strings in control of the game. I'm sorry, he didn't do it. on Twitter, a lot of people were slating Pogba and Bruno for losing the ball. They're losing the ball because there was no runners looking for a pass, making moves forward. First half, guys, I felt Martial and Rashford were complete and utterly ineffectual. Martial, I think, a world-class clinical striker with ice in his veins, scores that chance. I think it was the 41st minute. You know, he scored at half-time. You go in at 1-1. Second half, you come out, and I've got no doubt you absolutely whack Sheffield United. Martial, guys, I'm sorry. He is not what we would expect to least striker to be. He doesn't have ice in his veins. He fluffed his lines yet again. And we have given Martial on this show every opportunity. We spoke well of his running off the ball. We spoke well of his work rate. But tonight, guys, I saw no work rate. I saw the running off the ball, and we had a chance to fluff his lines. So basically then, what does Martial give us? Based on tonight and the last couple of weeks, not a whole lot. So if he starts against Arsenal on Saturday, that is an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Yeah. The only player that I saw making movements off the ball in the first half was Mason Greenwood. He was subbed off. I'm sorry. Like, why would you take off Mason Greenwood? He's young, he's talented, and he's got energy, and he displays, my phrase again, testicular fortitude in abundance. He displays it. He's taken off. Cavani comes on with 10 minutes to go. I'm sorry, Ole. We've given you the benefit of the doubt numerous times. But tonight, 10 minutes. Why did you wait until 10 minutes ago to bring on the third highest goal scorer currently playing in world football with 10 minutes to go? Not good enough.
And it's the tonight, same. It's the same with Donny van der Beek. You know,
I agreed.
He brings him on in the Carabao Cup with 3 minutes left, 2-0 down. So Donny van der Beek's like, and again tonight with about 8 minutes left, 2-1 down. It's like, what do you expect from him? If he can't start a game tonight against Sheffield United, when is Donny van der Beek getting into this team?
Agreed, Kevin. And you raised a great point there on, Kevin. You said that Ole was being maybe too smart for his own good, making those amount of changes. I'm sorry. You know, we're playing Sheffield United tonight, okay? They looked like a side that were fighting for a title. They showed the grit, the desire, and determination. Tonight, guys, we bottled it. And tonight, guys, I'm deliberately wearing Los Pollos Hermanos because tonight, guys, we chickened out. Push came to shove tonight. We chickened out. So tonight, we were the chickens. That's why tonight, guys, I didn't wear a jersey. I wore Los Pollos Hermanos. We chickened out, guys. I thought it was to it. We're top of the table. We were top of the table. Right now, City are top. Point ahead of us, game in hand. And that is on team selection and a complete lack of grit and desire by those players tonight. And we can't just pick out a Harry Maguire or a Swansea or whatever. It was across the board.
It wasn't good enough.
Across the board.
Alex, I'm gonna come to you. I'm just gonna get all these super chats out. I want to make sure that people get them read out. There's so many, and the comments are playing up. So while they're here, I'm gonna read them out.
On the page, I can read them as well. Flex.
Yeah,
actually, all right, Phil Flanagan. Martial has to go now. Wow, what's the chance against PSG, and was the reason we lost today with the misplaced pass? Give him some. Give him the same stick we gave Lukaku. Wow. Let me do this one. Oh, yeah, it's very harsh. Yeah. Joe says Ollie needs to stop picking the team based on favorites because his favorites were crap tonight. Let me read this next one. Brian Kennedy says Mankiz. What a loser. Mankiz blue. Sorry, boys. Big up Flex though. Flex, they just love you, you know. There you go. Steven says, was always going to happen. Mauricio waited for us to let him go to Paris. He's wasted Donny van der Beek. Useless. Absolutely useless. I knew the Maurizio Pochettino comments. Wow, you lot. I'm going to kick in. Matic is slow. Martial poor. Tellers piss poor. Third choice signing for a reason. Regulian has been class. Board incompetent. Hence, no chance for a title. Sugar, they're coming. Hi, Kevin. Can we just give up on Martial? He's lazy, moody, and inconsistent. He didn't show desire today. You can chill with the word lazy still, but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
And there was a lot that didn't show desire, so you can't just say it was Martial.
There you go. Matt West says, I'm sorry, Martial tonight was disgraceful. I've been the Martial's biggest fan since he came, but the lack of desire and effort has finally ruined his chance. Not a striker, not a left winger. Let's be real, it's time to go. Whoa. Kiagaso Mobasi. He's a new member. Big up yourself. Let's go. Who else we got in the house?
We've got Alan McBee. Alan McBee there says, give us an all right to cheer us up.
I don't want to. I don't want to. I really wait, hold on. Kev, give us all right to cheer us up.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, probably a Kev one. Jamie Ashley is obviously in the cut. KG, we are coming for you, Saka and Co. There's loads of super chats here. Im says this was definitely a trap game. Ollie not critical enough. Rashford looked tired, but let's not panic. We will regroup and steady the ship. We need to. We need to. And we've had that one already.
Everyone's.
Ryan Jackson says Marshall out, Igalo in.
What's wrong with him?
Useless. Absolutely useless.
All right. Let's go.
There's no excuse for the performance tonight, but their ref was poor. Alex, come through, bro.
I'm just sat in silence listening to you guys. I'm so pissed off. Like, you've already taken what I was going to say about. I don't see how you watch that first half, watch Martial, Greenwood, and Rashford, and you decide that Greenwood was the worst of the three when he was comfortably the best of the three. I tweeted out in the first half that if we bring Cavani on, that it's going to be Greenwood that comes off. He does it all the time. If all three of them are playing, and Greenwood could be the best out of them, and he'll still take Greenwood off. I don't know if it's because of his age or what it is, but I can understand it because Rashford and Martial in the first half anyway were both as bad as each other. So I can understand why you would keep Rashford on, because throughout the season he has actually been prolific and he can play bad and then he can come up and score a goal or he can get an assist. But Martial has got 3 goals, 4 assists or something the whole season. So it's not like he's been banging them in. So you take off in that situation, age or whatever shouldn't be an issue. It should just be whoever is playing the worst, you take them off. But with regards to it, I know it was great beating Liverpool and everything, but it might be loser's mentality, but I couldn't care less at the time about that cup because I think we don't have the squad at the moment to challenge on all fronts, in my opinion anyway. And in the Premier League, we see it with teams all the time. You can get look at Burnley against Liverpool the other day. These lower teams can get points off the bigger teams. It happens all the time.
There's no easy games in the Prem, none.
Exactly. So I would rather have just played a more of a rotated team like today's team against Liverpool, and then just played our full strength team.
You don't want to, Alex.
Mate,
we don't want to lose to Liverpool. I don't care.
Of course, we don't want to lose to them. But Liverpool are massively out of form anyway. There's nothing to say that we would have lost if we played that team. But
I don't know. I can't take. I don't know about you, but I
would rather have won today than won the Liverpool game. I don't care.
Really?
We're going for it, yeah, because you need to keep this relentless pressure. We haven't been in a title race since 2013.
But I think
I'm interested only in the Premier League at the moment.
No, but I'm with you, Alex. Sometimes, a loss to Liverpool can make it.
Yeah, it can derail the season. Yeah, of course it can. But
so I think it was correct. I think Ollie made his mistake today. Plus the squad let him down. When Kev says 8 players didn't play good today, there was no one to carry. 8 players can't play bad.
The only one that looked dangerous got taken off.
There you go. In a title-winning season, you can't afford that. In a title-winning, at least you carry about, maybe worst case, 2 passengers, maximum 3. But today we literally nobody was good from the backroom staff to on the pitch activity. And the funny thing is, I know, someone had a super chat saying that I jinxed us because I've been laughing at Liverpool. I'll laugh at Liverpool all the time. I don't care. And I've been laughing for weeks. So what do you call it? I think that one of the biggest issues, and I know Mark does it a lot, but not trying to get a defender in this transfer window is weird. We all said play by till he breaks. He's broken, and we didn't realize. Had we known a few days ago, Ollie told us in the press conference, he's like, no, but he's injured. Wait, what? When? Yeah, I mean, no, it didn't. No one told us, and usually the fans will be like, well, we need to buy a defender. It's not coming. And remember, not to be harsh on Ed Woodward and now start talking about the board, but you don't put yourself with any favors doing shit like this. Don't say that there's a war kitty and we got money to spend, and then this season everything is in its place for you to just go on and win the league, and you won't bolster the team. That doesn't show a team. That doesn't show desire. That doesn't show a hunger, because the team's doing what it needs to do on the pitch. Maybe you need to bring in just that one player to come in and help out. You know, I was asking Papa Meccano the whole of this January transfer window, and I knew we weren't coming.
But with the second goal, okay, yeah, I can understand that maybe if we have a better defender, then we sort that out. But I haven't seen the first goal back. But how many goals just in general do we concede from set pieces? And I feel like that is like, it's this stupid zonal marking thing. Maybe today it wasn't, I need to see it back. But in general, we have conceded so many goals from corners. It is ridiculous. When you look at like other teams, how many they concede compared to us. Like so many goals we conceded from these corners. It's ridiculous. So is one centre-back going to come in and instantly help us defend set pieces? Because I don't think that'll make a difference.
Martial is an absolute dead player at the moment. Having a full 90 minutes is an absolute crime. Shocking management and performance all round. Martial is done. Yashir says, I'd rather lose to Arsenal than lose this game. Sheffield United had 5 points. They only managed to win a single game prior to playing. I'm depressed. Let me just get all these super chats out, guys. 1 second. Will Ponnin says, line up for Arsenal for you lads now. No Martial for me. We'll definitely talk about that later in the show. United Shamrock says, Rashford is injured and needs a rest. Diallo needed to play tonight. I can see why Shaw was rested and Cavani was rested. KG, I love your confidence, but are Man United really prepared for a title race? Hold that thought there.
Sorry.
Flex, I'm venting, bro. Just get me in for 5 minutes or so just to get things off my chest. I'm a member too, Vassilo. I can't just bring you from the comments into the... But big up, Vassilo. We're all annoyed now, man. We are. And RC1 says, Ollie is tactically too rigid. Always 4-2-3, 4-2-3-2. More players, playing with more players. Individuals save us. As always, he's always relying on this method. And Kieran Henderson says, how do we carry so many average players? We pay enormous wages to these guys. Surely we need a director of football to sort things out. John Barber says, don't blame Ollie. Can't play the same team every day. Brian Kennedy says, Manchester is blue. Sorry, boys. We've said that already. And Henry Barnes says, we seem to never beat them. Too confident today. This always happens. I want to just give a bit of context. Some people might say, nah, Flex, you're being deluded. People might just say I'm being KG right now. Yeah. Listen, we're going to dive into even more so what happened today because it was atrocious. But this always happens as soon as you lose. As soon as you lose, it's this is why this is why that. But when we were winning and going up the top of the league, don't get me wrong, valid argument to say, looks like we're just one game away from tripping up here. We can't keep winning by 1 goal and get valid. But to say, this is why we haven't progressed. This is why Ollie's shit. This is why this is why that. I'm like, just chill. Like, I get it. Look, at the moment, like Pogba said in his interview before the game, right? We haven't won shit yet. So we're not there yet. We're a team that none of us, at the beginning of this season, guys, come on. If I said to you, where do you think we're going to be? I didn't see one United fan saying, oh, yeah, by Feb, we'll be in the title race. Not one. So I get it. You're there now. And then what happens is your parameters change. You start to slip into the mode of we should be there and we should be the best. And I get that. We do need a little bit of that. But we also need reality of where this team is. This team is not perfect. We don't have a centre-back properly sorted out yet. We don't have a central defensive midfielder sorted out yet. We don't have a right winger sorted out yet. We don't even have a consistent front three that we know our bankers and are really free-flowing. We're not there yet. So I just think...
No, Flex, I think but then I think that at the same time today, with fight and vigor, you win that game. We didn't like against Burnley, we was getting in front of stuff, those big blocks, those big moments. Today, there wasn't. We let someone
that can happen. It can happen.
You know, but I'm saying that how the focus was not laser sharp today. It wasn't a team that said, I'm gonna win the title, because you don't let I don't even know what that player's name is, bruv. The one that scored, that had the 2 opportunities. He was by himself in the box, and we've been flying into challenges. We've been flying in front of the ball. We did nothing in that moment. So this is Today was a matter of desire, because I think you can out battle a team. We're talented enough to win these matches, but then look what we did today. There was enough talent. There was enough talent to beat this team today. They had 9 of their first team out.
That's why you got to look at the play. That's what I'm saying. You can have a game where people just don't turn up, and everyone plays shit.
Are you telling me that Tellez was these players that we had on the pitch today that are paid a very good wage are not good enough to beat Sheffield United? No, it isn't.
No, they didn't turn up. They didn't turn up.
This is it.
They didn't turn up.
That's what it comes down to.
Because the players didn't turn up, and it was a dog shit performance all across the board, and poor managerially, poor decisions made, poor game management. So they all take the blame for this. But what I'm saying is that doesn't replace the progress that has been made. That's what I'm saying. Like nobody thought Burnley were going to go and win against Liverpool. Things happen. Nobody thought that West Brom were going to get a draw at City. Now, I know it was in a different manner and City were knocking down the door and it's just one of them. I get it. And I have no problem with that. And I'm the first to not be negative, but I'm the first to question what's going on and be like, nah, man, I don't know. Like, you say it to me, KGR, Flex, why are you bringing me that? I'm the first to do that. And I will do that during this and question what's gone on in today's performance. Just like, let's just have a little bit of context, because I just feel it's easy to just
we can do that
all out. Tom Crasson says, I thought Martial was good. Gabriel Noel says, bench Martial, get Greenwood as sub, centre forward, put Diallo on the right. Martial truly needs to kick up the arse to get back on track. He can't play into form, man. United 760 says, tough loss, no doubt about it. I don't know why we still play a formation with wingers, with no wingers. We will bounce back though. Stay up, gents. Big up from San Diego. Wow, San Diego, Cali, all the way out there. Leroy says,
Flex, did you just say, did that comment just fly by then? Did somebody say Martial was good?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought it was
useless. Absolutely useless.
He wasn't good today, but hey, we all see different things. Leroy says, KG agreed, no one, Capitals, deserves an all right tonight. A bomb in the United dressing room is required. Yeah, hopefully. And Nathaniel says, it's obvious Cavani starts versus Arsenal. Hence, why, 100%. Can we put Tellez at the wing for service? I'm not too sure about that.
Tellez wasn't even whipping in good balls, bro.
Exactly. There's so many super chats. Seb Watson says, we lost to the worst team in Prem history. It hurts more because of the situation and that we will begin to dream and believe it could happen. And we are there. Kev, come through, man, because you haven't had a say in a little while.
I just wanted to touch on your thing about Manchester United, basically saying that Manchester United have progressed. The thing that we're getting labelled with at the minute is the nearly men. What is it? 4 semi-finals. We've lost them all. And it's the one reason, I think it was after the Manchester derby, the Carabao Cup, we come on here, we were all pissed off, and rightly so. But it wasn't because the Carabao Cup is some prestigious trophy that we were all mad for winning. It was the fact of what that trophy could have done for this group of players. That first trophy, that first one of the season, that winning feeling, if we could have just got that, it gives you that springboard to move on to bigger and better things. I think it could have been a huge thing for United. The same way that it could be for Tottenham. If Mourinho gets that first trophy at Tottenham, you know what he's like. He's a serial winner. You know, he's always used it. Other managers have as well. Guardiola loves it. Like I said, Mourinho as well. I think it would have been a really good opportunity if we could have won that, like I say, to move on to bigger and better things. But United have progressed. And where we sit at the moment in the league, again, if you look back and would have said we'd have been here just after Christmas, happy times, as Borat would say.
That's right. I've got these super chats. Let me read a few just because people want them. Master Barber says, Kev needs broom heads. In other news, we're still fighting for this title. I love it if we beat them. UNITD believe. There you go.
Can I just say that is actually my barber, Paul? Well, he's obviously watching, so fair play. I can't wait for him to reopen.
Bro. Get down to broomheads immediately.
There we go.
Justin Monday says, you missed my last super chat. Well, that was a waste. Apologies. I'll go and get it. No, I don't want to make it sorry, man. Kieran Henderson says, how many chances do our players need? If they're not good enough to sell them, and starting. Wait, sorry, I've got this all wrong. If they're not good enough, sell them. Start being ruthless like big teams, buying, etc. Martial would be gone. Wow.
With Martial, people need to remember how many he scored last season.
Yeah, I think selling Martial is a bit like over the top, but I understand he can be dropped and find form again. He's not finished. All right, Henry Brown says we never seem to beat them. Too confident today. Yep. Brian Kennedy says, "Oh damn, it's him again." Don't blame Ollie. Can't play the same team every 3 days.
Yeah, we read that one. Them ones a bit.
I'm trying to find this guy. I'm trying to find Justin Mondays.
It might have disappeared.
I'll go through it and try and find it. But yeah, Alex,
let me get these ones done from the chat here. Kieran Henderson says, "How many chances do our players need if not good enough?" I said that already. Martial was poor, but there's 10 other players on the pitch, and Ollie kept him over Greenwood. That's what Alex was basically saying. Sean Dunn says, "Martial, Matic, the last lot of deadwood left from the crap attitude era. New centre forward and new CDM needed. How can you be top of the league and not have fire to win?"
All right, I've got a good one here. Nova Swole says, positive, Wan-Bissaka's better going forward.
He was okay today. I don't think anybody.
Cool. I just wanted to see what everyone was
as usual, guys, subscribe if you're new. Road to 1 million, as per usual. Yeah, smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new, man. You guys know that for sure. I want to... Oh, yeah, there's another super chat here. There's loads. Can't win the league starting every game 1-0 down, Fernando Gil. Yeah, I hear what you're saying there. I mean, we were talking about this maybe trying to be a game, maybe looking at it too confidently, but we're talking about this trying to be a game where we can win with a nice cushion, a 2-0 or 3-0, and there you go. Dylan says, can KG please drop a bomb for Sneed's feed and seed?
What the hell is that?
I don't know what that is. I just want to get them a bomb still. Yeah.
Ajmal says Martial is stoking because of Cavani.
That's what I've said before.
Do you know what? Let's talk. When Cavani came in, I remember saying it on the day. I remember the show because I was like, right, Martial's just had a great season. However, he can't. I don't want to see a downturn or sulking because you're now not the main number 9 or you feel threatened. This is Man United. You've had a good season. You've proved why you should be playing there from last season's evidence. However, now you've got a top quality number 9 now. Can you go up a level? Can you or at least maintain your level? And you know what? Regardless of whether, forget the people that are being too harsh and saying sell him and that, but you have to be honest. It's like Cavani has come and he's gone. He's just felt threatened by it and he just hasn't been at the races. He hasn't.
This isn't the first time it's happened.
I was just going to say similar thing to when Ibrahimovic, well, in fairness, he took his number 9 shirt as well. So I don't think he was too happy about that. But
at what point, guys, I'll ask this just to the floor. At what point do we say there's only so much? Okay, we'll wait for you to be played in your right position. Okay, we'll wait for you to have no competition. We'll wait for you to do this. We'll wait for you to that. And I'm not saying selling, but I'm saying at what point do we look and say is this going to work?
You saw it with
I'll let Jay to answer that.
Okay, thank you, KG. Look, I've got to be very blunt here. I don't think Martial is ever going to be a 30-goal a season striker for us. I don't think it's in him. I don't think he's got the technical nous. I don't think he has got the fight, the grit and desire to win a one-on-one in the air or on the ground against a big centre back. I just don't think the mentality and the resolve to be that kind of player isn't in him. Hence why he's been shifted to the right and to the left, because he's not a striker. When he first burst on the scene under Van Gaal, everyone was saying, oh my God, he's going to be like Thierry Henry. And as he gets older, he's going to move into the centre forward position. He's going to be amazing. I take your point from where you're on, Alex. Yes, last season he got 20-odd goals. Good for him. This was his year to kick on. Now, Luke Shaw embraced the fact that Tellez was brought in. And Luke Shaw has upped his game. Luke Shaw has gone from a 7 out of 10 to an 8.5 out of 10, I would argue. He's upped his game. Martial, guys, look at, he sulked when Ibra came in. Let's be fair, he did. And he's doing it again. Ole started him at the start of the season as his number 9, as centre forward. I know he got sent off against Spurs, blah, 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 blah. But when he's played number 9, can you please name for me one game this season when Martial has actually done it as a clinical ice in your veins number 9? I'm going to pause there.
There was that moment. What game was it when he scored a striker's finish, got in front of the defender? It was a crossing, and then Aston Villa.
And he done it again last season. He scored that goal against Istanbul.
Guys. Martial has got 2 league goals this season. 2.
It's poor.
You can park injuries, you can make all excuses you want in the world for him. He scored 2 fucking goals. Cavani's got scored 5. And tonight, Cavani, I know it's a case of, again, they should have, could have, would have, but didn't. Cavani should have started tonight, point blank. And the fact still remains, we need somebody to provide the ammunition for Cavani to score. And right now, as I see it, the only person on the left-hand side capable of doing that is Luke Shaw.
Tom Davis says, time Martial went, not a top 4 player. Troy Deeney would be better.
Oh my God!
I mean, look, this is what I mean. It's coming to that now. But what I don't have a problem with is being like honest with myself and looking at it. Yeah, I like Martial. I love Martial. I do.
Yeah.
But you know what, guys? I think that there does have to come a point. I'm not saying sell him, but I'm saying he can't be the main. He's not reliable. He's not reliable. We can only go off the facts. He is inconsistent, and I know that's for a range of situations and things that have happened. 100%, and I've stood by him through all of that.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's overcritical in this moment to say he's not out, man. He shouldn't be playing. But I know you need to lean on your team and you want to get him going again. Do you know what I mean? So you're in that kind of thing where it's like, well, what? You just banish him and never play him? You've got to try and play him. You've got to try and help him. And
the question is
right now, Kev, is it?
The question is, right, with Martial, is it an attitude or like behavioural thing? Because if I was Martial and I'm aspiring to be United's number 9. Now, yes, Manchester United brought in Ibrahimovic, but me as a person, if they brought in Ibrahimovic, I'd be in awe of him and I'd look at him and think, he has won everything. He is the man. If anything, I'm going to get my head down in training. I'm going to watch him and learn from him. Exactly the same now with Cavani. How many times on air do we say, look at Cavani's movement? Half time today, same thing. I'm thinking, get him on. He makes them runs. He doesn't necessarily just make them for himself. He drags defenders away, which opens up spaces. He's an unselfish striker, but he's been there, done it, won big things, and scored a hell of a lot of goals. So again, if I'm Martial, I'd be looking at Cavani and thinking, I can learn from this guy, even though he's 33 in training. I'm going to watch these runs that he's making because Rashford and Martial do not make the same runs that Cavani makes. And again, this is why we could become heavily reliant on Cavani at 33 years old. It could almost be the same thing that we say with Bailly, play him until he breaks, because we don't have anybody else like that at Manchester United. He is our only class number 9.
Paul V said, sorry, one sec. Sorry, Kate, I'm going to come straight to you, KG. There's a lot of super chats again. I'm just going to quickly shout them. And then the floor is yours, bro. 100% flex. Reality check. We have enough talent, not enough desire, incentive to go top of the league, and we bottled it. Blessed to be where we are, but no, it's up to the team to realize what they need to do too, as well. Yeah, I agree with that. Bando K says we need an all or nothing series back soon on top. Another super chat here from Vatsal says
hilarious.
Says
Robin Hood FC.
Yeah.
We are Robin Hood FC. Also, FedEx has better deliveries than Rashford. His decision making is so poor. I think
Baz 10 says also, did Cavani even get any chances today? No, he didn't. I don't think. Arash says the season is not over, boys. Look at Liverpool versus Villa and Man City versus Leicester. Losses happen. We will bounce back. Look,
and that's it. Sorry, Flex on that.
Go for it.
This is we need to be able to say, like, I will be devastated. Like, I think I'll be in close to rant mode. If we lose to Arsenal, it doesn't show title winning credentials. If we go there and lose 2 in a row, that doesn't say to me that we're trying to be winners of a title. We need to go there and have a reaction, have a response, and that will tell me, okay, we're a serious team. You know, it's a big game. The players that let themselves down today should have a look at themselves. They should all be looking at themselves in the dressing room and say, this shouldn't happen, especially at the Theatre of Dreams. Luckily, there was no fans today because that wouldn't have been nice. You know, just the atmosphere, especially doing what we're doing, it would have been horrible. Now, when you talk about the Martial thing, I do feel that Martial's probably getting through what Aubameyang went through, where he's out of form, but he's still quality. Now, I know that as Man United fans, we're kind of getting where the impatience is here, and fairly so. You can't score 2 goals and think that's okay in the league.
And this isn't a new issue.
It's not a new issue. And then, but then what usually say? What's Martial's ratio for the season? What is he saying? He probably scores about 10 a season.
I don't know what his ratio is. I don't
know.
I just know he's inconsistent. That's all I know.
He suffers with inconsistency, but then we've been an inconsistent side. I think we're judging. Obviously, we want to operate differently, but we've been inconsistent to this point. We've started to show consistency. I don't know how many games we've won to be in this place in the league. You know, we've been on it. We haven't really been dropping points. So today was a blip in the road. You know, I do believe we can get this this train back on the tracks. But Alex, what say you, man?
It's just depressing, like what you're saying. If obviously all not forgiven because we still messed up, but if we beat Arsenal, then we can get back to things. But we just, I was worried about this game anyway, because they should always be our easiest game in the Big Six by far, because they're an utterly average side. But our record,
it never is.
Yeah, it should literally be such an easy 3 points home and away. But out of the Big Six, they're the ones that we seem to struggle with recently. I don't know if it is because this team seems to have a mentality issue that's dated back for absolutely ages, that when we go into these games that we're expected to win is when we normally struggle. So I truly think that's why that we struggle against Arsenal, because the players go in that thinking that, oh, they're an average side, we'll beat them easily. And even the one at Old Trafford, like it wasn't like they dominated us, they just got that penalty, but we still just played absolutely terrible in the game, and it's not like they have anything to worry about really. Like,
can I ask you this then, Alex, since you're on this? Like, it sounds like you're saying a lot of our old habits, like habits that we haven't actually seen loads because of, you know, the consistency we've had and where we've got. But I don't know, when I looked at the performance today, I looked at it and thought, that's how we used to be.
This is before even Ole. This was in Jose's era as well.
Exactly. I was like, that's how we used to be. And then I already thought, as you asked KG what I've been saying about this Arsenal game I was saying this about 4 or 5 games ago. Yeah. Arsenal in January, you know, I just got a feeling, I'm just not. Anyway, but we do our thing. But now I see that performance, right?
Flex.
I'm not going to say...
Hold on, Flex. Is Jay asleep?
I was just going to say that then.
Is that the same?
I'm here, guys. I'm here. Look, guys, right? I just want to say one thing, right? Guys, listen to me. Well, wait till it comes back, okay? Guys.
Back in the room.
I'm here. I'm back in the room. Flex, my man. We were so bad tonight. We made Phil Jagielka look like Sergio Ramos. That's how bad we were tonight. Okay, that's an indictment of the lack of passion displayed by our team tonight. Like, you go back, I've got a note here. I've said, right, 84th minute, Rashford cross, Cavani raising his arms. Rashford tonight runs down another blind alley. Cavani unmarked in the box. How many times do we have to go through over and over again? Cavani is unmarked and Rashford can't find him in the box. How many times do we discuss that?
Wait. Jay, someone
sleep talking.
He doesn't even know the topic. He woke up like, no, everyone's shit.
Hey,
this is what you've done to me. This is what you've done to me tonight, guys. This is what you've done to me.
You know, it's like you're back in the room. Remember that Little Britain sketch? Like, Look in my eyes. Look in my eyes. Look around the eyes. Look around. Look at me. 3, 2, 1. Back in the room.
Boom, back in the room. And I was like, on.
Oh no, that was so funny. So that should be. Come running.
At least it's comedy. At least it's comedy. Because guys, listen, after tonight, we gotta laugh. Guys, we have to laugh. We have to laugh. Okay, we have to laugh tonight. Well, listen, guys. We move on. We move on. Okay,
we do. I was asking Alex something. I fuck knows what it was now.
You're saying about Arsenal being like that. We've always thought that it would be a banana skin, and I can just see. I thought we were going to lose this game before, and now even more so.
Oh, don't do that. Who's doing that?
Because I grew up in that era of like when they were like our big rivals, like the Keane and Vieira times. I hate them so much, and I just hate their fans. So it's like one of my main games that I want to win, and it's just annoyed me so much recently that we're so bad against them. And
even what you're saying. I wanted to go to AFTV tomorrow and be a total wanker.
Yeah, and now I was thinking about that because of the conversation last show.
Measured. I have to be measured now.
Humble
because
KG, like, KG, my friend, you don't do measured. You don't do measured.
You know what I'm going to do. As soon as I see
one Arsenal player gets an R11, point blank.
I was saying that, but then
I'm going to go there and I'm going to.
We need a right ringer right now. Saka's all right.
Yeah, he's good.
They're gonna argue that.
Don't do KG. Don't do it. Don't do it, bro.
And I'm like, Saka would actually get into our team.
Saka and look, guys, I don't even want to do this now.
We're not doing it right now. But I'm saying that now I can't lie. I was gonna be a total dickhead. Do you know what I mean? Like, but now it's like, yesterday, remember, players are remembered by their last 90 minutes. And that last 90 minutes was disgusting.
It was bad.
So it's gonna be very difficult to argue. But you know me, I'll find an angle.
I'm going to come to Kev. I'm going to read out all these super chats and put some respect on the super chats, and then come to Kev, and you can have to say. Matt West says, "If it's Martial's attitude though, not his ability, not a Man United attitude. The new players have it, and a few don't. He's top of the list. Done." Wow. Basically want him out. Mason Charles says, "How did Jay just go to sleep like he weren't sleeping? My mad." Agam says, "Only salvation for the night is this lovely J moment. Top, absolutely. Love it, guys."
Do you know what was more amazing about that beautiful moment was the fact that he just snapped out of it and just went back into...
He done that key thing where you try to style it out and act like you was never asleep. I love it. Tommy Burke says, we have the team, and we have the term a natural number 9. We hear the term. We have the term a natural number 9 all the time. Martial is an incredibly talented player, but why do we insist on turning it into what he is not? Basically saying he's just never going to be that guy. And I think Brian Kennedy, man.
We talk about the Arsenal game then.
Yeah, Kev, what say you now? Because that game was already big. We know that. But do you look at it now worried that we might have the old school Man United of going on a bit of a blip now?
I don't see that, because I think if he picks the team right, and obviously I've been critical of team selection tonight, I think against Arsenal, it will be totally different. And that's because he's looked ahead at the Arsenal game thinking that Sheffield United tonight was going to be, we're going to win. He's gone out with that mentality. But the players that have come in, and I know somebody's picked me up in the comment section saying it's all about squad rotation. When's the last time Tellez played? And he comes in for Luke Shaw, who's been absolutely sublime. One of his best seasons. Even Chuanzebe, to put him in alongside Maguire. Harry Maguire, the captain of Manchester United, who Eric Bailly's been talking through games whenever he's partnered him. You know, you'd say that Bailly was more of a captain than Harry Maguire. And that uncertainty in that back four was there for all to see. You take that second goal of Sheffield United tonight.
Shocking.
If you put the Benny Hill theme music to that, it goes viral on Twitter, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it was that comical. You have to see it to believe it. It was shocking. One thing I will say, and this is not a dig at KG or anything, but just rewinding before Jay fell asleep and all that, was you said that we're looking for a reaction against Arsenal. If we get that reaction, that's the sign of a title challenge. I would be slightly negative and say that tonight, a 1-0 down at half time, if that was the time where I would have thought if we'd have won today, let's say 2-1, 3-1, I'd have said, do you know what? This is the sign of, title.
And agreed totally. But it changes as the game went on. I thought if we can get a draw out of this game, we'll have to take it, But then now this game's over. We can't do nothing about it, but we got the next game. And
it's almost like you lower your standards slightly as you're watching, because with like 2 or 3 minutes left, you're like, I know what you mean. It's like, I'll take 2-2 now.
Yeah,
as long as we don't get
have it. Ramsdale had piss all to do, and that's the thing, that it's not like this isn't like Sheffield United stuck in there, camped out, getting peppered, got a lucky goal and held on. It wasn't that type of performance. They were so comfortable. They didn't have to be uncomfortable, and they were fighting for their lives. And they've done.
We haven't touched on, and we only have a few minutes left of the disgraceful decisions as well, though. And with Sheffield United, I'm still bitter about the McBurney one from whatever it was 2 seasons ago, where it hits his bicep right at the end. But then today was an absolute piss take, and we weren't at the races, but goals do change games, and maybe if theirs was disallowed or if ours was allowed, it could change the entire complexion of the game.
True.
Okay. So I want to add this level of tie. I want to bring this tie level in because it's important. Yeah. Are the referees violating at the moment? Because I know Klopp made a big deal about us getting a lot of decisions going our way. Yeah, and in a few games, decisions haven't gone up. There was a penalty that we could have had. I'm not saying that that's the reason why we lost today. Not at all. It's not because it was raining or whatever. But I'm just saying that we're not getting certain decisions. Like there was a push on De Gea, even though it was very soft. But there was a push. Now, the same thing happened again with the Maguire situation, and that goal was just not looked at. I don't know. I just want to throw that into the mix and say, do you think that we're starting to referees are not wanting to give us that many the rubber the green?
I think I'll say quickly, I just think generically a lot of decisions are shit right now across the board. I'm not going to do that Man United thing and say they're against us. They all want us to lose. It's poor. Like you look at the Aston Villa one the other day. Now they've changed the rule a little bit. Whatever. Yeah. There's some other like crazy handball things. There's pens that don't get given. There's a lot that goes on this season. It's been crazy. I'm more like, what's the VAR for then? Like,
did you not watch at half time? They said they went into the referee where he gives his opinion. He said, well, theirs is like one thing that maybe it could have been disallowed or not. But he said because with the Martial goal, because the ref blew the whistle, that it wasn't allowed to go to VAR anyway. But it's like if it wasn't a foul anyway, they're meant to hold their whistle and then you disallow it afterwards.
There you go.
I hope
if you don't mind, I'll jump in there. It seemed to me that Ben Sharp literally had his shoulder in David De Gea's ass as David De Gea came for the ball. So that impeded David De Gea getting the ball, and then Sheffield United scored. When Sheffield United scored against us, Maguire went up with the goalkeeper. It seemed to me, once Maguire went with the goalkeeper, the referee, if you watch it back, the referee had the whistle in his mouth ready to blow. The whistle was blown as the goal was scored. It was almost as if he had a decision already made subconsciously. I'm not giving United this goal.
Exactly.
Like, well, no, because what he's seen is he's deemed Maguire a foul straight away before it's fell to Martial. That's what it is. It wasn't a foul.
But in real time, I can understand. Like in real time, I thought it was as well. But then when you see it back on VAR, but that's why he's not meant to whistle there.
Yeah.
No, and this is the thing. I think Ollie, because Alex Ferguson's done this many times. You know the mind games. Yeah, when you need to do those things, the same way Mourinho was very clever. Don't take it for granted when a manager starts talking about who's the refereeing decisions when a big game is coming. And we were just enjoying VAR. It was the greatest thing ever created for us. Like, and they all said, "No, you guys have enjoyed it too much." I'm gonna remind the refs they've had the most penalties in a calendar year or something like that, and the refs are like, "Well, because they got egos, we're not dickheads. These lot are mugging us off." You know what I mean? They're cheating almost. That's how refs will feel. They'll go home like, "Raw, Martial got me today. Bruno got me today. Never again." You put that thought in their minds. So I think if Ollie can start playing the same type of games and just saying stuff,
He isn't malicious enough to do that, though.
It's not in his DNA. It's not in his
nice.
Yeah, it's
He's
not in his
nice, but
nature.
now you're not. It's not the Ollie that is trying to get into top 4. We're talking about you got to pinch. You got to go for every margin. You know what I mean? You really got to just do what you can do to gain some level of advantage. The dark arts. We need
KG, that's an excellent point. It seems to me that since Klopp raved the whole penalty thing, I think it was 2 weeks ago now, it seems to me that any dubious 50-50 decision that could have went to VAR that would have been in our favour before Christmas, now we're not getting. Psychologically, KG, I agree with you. Psychologically, the referees are second-guessing themselves now. And the 50-50s, we're not getting.
That's it.
I do agree. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Ollie, going to finish off, guys. Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer says, change of plan. Rojo will be staying. Had to bring him back into the change room to give Tony a good slapping. Fantastic. Chris Waite says, thanks for the content. Cheered me up. Thanks to you, Chris. 100%. You get to come on here and at least talk to fellow fans about how down in the dumps we are after a bad result. Timmy, thanks for the contribution from Timmy Boy. Chris Sparks, thanks for the contribution as well. Justin Monday says, you missed my last super chat. Apologies. I think we might have read that one. Rob Welch says, my last super chat has gone missing more than Martial. That's good. Oh, guys. It's so shit when you're losing it. It's so shit. But you know what, guys? I'm gonna leave us on this positive kind of vibe. I'm going to probably just do a KG. We can't win them all. We weren't at the races today. It was shocking. And I tweeted out afterwards, I said, look, KG's bang on as well. Roll on Arsenal. If there's a game that you want to show that this is just, sorry, boss, we'll put this right. Go out there and do something you haven't done in a while and win at the Emirates. And shut them not up because it's going to be a tough game. Rightly so. You look at their last 6 games, they've won 5 in the league. You know, we all laugh at Arsenal and stuff like that, but the facts are the facts. And we've just lost a horrific game and we've got another difficult game. And we've seen all too quick in this season, not about Arsenal catchers, I'm not saying that. I'm saying we've seen all too much in this season how the pendulum swings. Chelsea were title contenders. Had to
I'm not hearing that.
No, listen to me.
I know what you're saying, but I just can't.
I'm just saying how quick things change, and all of a sudden,
I hear you.
3 results without winning. It's like, oh, this is why it changes. So we move, we go. So Justin Monday says, you know the movie where the person gets slapped with the glove? That was us today. You know what happens next? Arsenal about to get all the smoke. Well, I hope so. I really do hope so. Guys,
that's how you
we've come to the end of the show. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. Big up to Jay, Alex, and Kev as per usual, and KG as per usual. Me and KG will be down there at AFTV tomorrow getting some content done. And our show tomorrow will be live at 8 p.m. Flex and KG show with special guest Ty in the building. So make sure you guys tune in. Mark's got some stuff coming up with Robbie as well on Friday, and I'll be doing some stuff with DT as well. So we've got loads of content coming up to you. All eyes on the Arsenal game. It's must win. It certainly must not lose, but for our own capability, we got to go and win, guys. We can't have AFTV. Just let's not even talk about it. Laters. We are out.